Your shoulder clicks every time you press overhead. Progress in training? Forget it. It keeps coming back, no matter how much you rest. Here's the strange part. Resting is actually making it worse. What if there was a method that could not only make your tendons more resilient, but also improve your strength performance? No, we're not talking about slow, eccentric exercises. In a 12-week study, patients held one position at max effort. Their damaged tendon got over 20% stiffer, and by the way, they became significantly stronger. If your joints click or ache, you are not broken. Your muscles simply got stronger faster than your tendons could keep up. That gap between muscle and tendon strength is exactly where pain starts. Today, you'll learn the exact method that closed this gap in 12 weeks, plus the neural priming that unlocks greater strength, and the 2 mistakes that silently damage your tendons in the first place. Step 1. Why the gap happens. There are 2 main reasons tendons fall behind. First, tendons barely get any blood flow. Muscle repairs fast because blood delivers nutrients constantly. Tendon repairs slowly because it barely gets that supply at all. Think of muscle as a phone, charging on a fast cable. Your tendon is stuck on a trickle charger across the room. This isn't a small gap either. A 2015 meta-analysis by Bohm and colleagues looked at this closely. Tendons need loads above about 70% of max effort to adapt. Below that line, not much really changes. Second, tendon tissue thickens far slower than muscle. Research by Mersman and colleagues in 2014 studied young athletes over time. Muscle strength consistently outpaces tendon development during intense training periods. That creates a widening gap the longer you train. Their muscles grew fast. Their tendons never caught up. Performance spiked for a while. Then, tendons started tearing. Sports statisticians could later spot steroid users from injury patterns alone. That's how predictable this imbalance actually is. And so if your program is all reps, all pump, all muscle, the gap only widens from there. There's a warning sign worth knowing here. When a tendon gets irritated, it swells slightly and gets thicker. In a tight space, like your shoulder joint, that small swelling matters. It's enough to make the tendon pop or roll as it moves. Clicking by itself isn't automatically damage. Clicking that comes with real pain is the actual warning sign. Step 2, neural priming. There's one layer most people never use. It's called neural priming. And it starts with a strange story. During World War I, a Russian strongman got captured. His name was Alexander Zass. Guards shackled his wrists and ankles in solid iron chains. Zass started pulling against those chains with everything he had. He came out of that cell stronger than before he went in. He later ripped an iron bar clean out of his window. That earned him his escape from the prison. After the war, his strength became the stuff of legend. He bent steel bars with his bare hands. He carried horses across his shoulders. He even caught cannonballs fired straight at him. Zass became known as the father of isometrics. He believed real strength lived in the tendons, not the muscles. The method he found by accident is called overcoming isometrics. You push against something immovable with everything you have, just for a handful of seconds. This is especially useful if you've hit a plateau on the bench press. Press against a wall as hard as you can for 3 to 5 seconds. Repeat this 2 to 4 times, about 3 to 10 minutes before your main bench press working sets. This preload is intended to increase the volume at the point in the movement where you typically fail. It will probably take a few months, but this can blow up your plateau. A 2011 study by Isforms and colleagues explains what happened. Out of every contraction type tested, only the isometric one worked. The effect showed up roughly 3 to 10 minutes later. That's the window where fatigue clears, but the nervous system stays lit. A brief max contraction fires up nearly every muscle fiber at once. Rest a 3 to 10 minutes, then perform your normal lift. This works alongside standard training too. You don't need to max out every session for a max stimulus. A few seconds against something immovable gets you there. Without the joint wear of grinding heavy singles, you can also match the joint angle to your goal. A thrower might hold tension right at release point. A combat athlete might hold a punch position against a wall. Training the exact position hardens strength exactly where it's needed. For anyone managing old injuries or simply getting older, this helps. Step 3. The 2 mistakes. Now here's where most people go wrong. 2 specific mistakes. Mistake 1 is a training load jump that's too sudden. New program, new sport, volume spikes fast. It feels fine for a week or two, then something starts nagging. Your tendon simply didn't have time to adapt. Across the research, sudden training jumps link to higher injury risk. The exact safe threshold varies from person to person, but the pattern holds everywhere. Spike it fast, and it gets punished. A friend of mine actually wanted to test this for himself. He trained one side of his body with heavy weights and low reps, while the other side trained with lighter weights and higher reps. Within weeks, the heavy side developed pain in his elbow and knee. Heavy weight wasn't the real problem. His tendons just weren't ready for that specific demand yet. Most people miss this. Mistake 2 is subtler: momentum. Bouncing the bar off your chest, bouncing out of a squat, swinging into a serve with no control at all. Momentum strips tension away from the muscle. It dumps that load straight onto the tendon instead. That's exactly the kind of load tendons handle worst. Controlling your tempo protects the tissue that keeps failing on you. Now let's kill 2 myths because they're wrecking people's recovery. Myth 1. Rest fixes tendon pain. Not by itself. Tendons need the right amount of mechanical load to stimulate collagen production and remodeling. Remove that load completely and the tissue gradually loses strength. The pain fades because nothing is stressing it, not because it healed. The second you go back to training, the pain returns. This cycle repeats for years in people who only ever rest. Loading, not resting, is what actually closes the gap. Myth 2. More training volume automatically builds a stronger tendon. Often the opposite is true. Keith Barr's lab at UC Davis studies this using engineered ligaments. His 2017 research found tendon cells stop responding to load quickly. That happens after roughly 10 minutes of loading. Extra sets past that point just add wear. No extra repair signal. It's not about doing more. It's about loading it correctly, then leaving it alone to actually adapt. Now it gets interesting. Step 4. The fix. Isometric loading. The single most proven fix for tendon pain is a static hold. This is called an isometric contraction. You push or pull, and nothing moves. Here's why it works so well. When you hold tension without moving, load spreads evenly through the tendon. That includes the damaged section too. Dynamic movement tends to skip past a weak spot. It loads only the strongest fibers instead. A held contraction can't skip anything. Every fiber, weak or strong, gets forced to share the work. That shared load triggers fresh collagen production. Over time, that collagen lines up with the pulling force. That's the real definition of a stronger tendon, not bigger, more organized. This part matters. In 2022, researchers led by Radovanovic studied chronic Achilles tendon pain. Patients did 12 weeks of high-effort isometric holds, roughly 3 seconds of near-max effort, 4 days a week. After 12 weeks, tendon stiffness improved by just over 20%. Cross-sectional area increased by nearly 9%. Strength in the affected leg went up over 7%. And it beat the classic slow, eccentric protocol most clinics still use, at least when it came to rebuilding the tendon structure itself. That's the 12-week rebuild the title promised you, backed by a real, controlled trial, not a guess. Worth noting, this was tested in people with existing chronic tendon pain, not in healthy, uninjured tissue. That matters if you're already managing symptoms right now. Here's how you apply it. Pick the motion that bothers you most. Elbow, shoulder, knee, it doesn't matter which one. Load that joint around the halfway point of the movement. Push or hold against something that genuinely won't move. A rack, a wall, a machine set heavier than you can budge. Hold at least 70% of your max effort for 30 seconds. Rest briefly. Repeat for several sets. Spread 10 to 15 sets throughout the day. No, not all at once. Do this 5 to 6 days of the week, not just once. One safety note, some discomfort during the hold is normal. Mild pain, up to 3 or 4 out of 10, is fine. If it feels worse the next day, ease off the effort. Start with a weight or angle you can control safely. Add difficulty only once the current level feels easy. A separate 2015 study by Rio and colleagues found something else. A single isometric hold reduced tendon pain almost immediately. Strength jumped by close to 19% right after the set, and so this isn't only a long-term fix, it works the same day too. None of this needs special equipment, a door frame, a squat rack, a loaded barbell that won't budge. That's genuinely enough to start. So here's the one thing to remember. Your tendon doesn't need more rest, and it doesn't need more reps. It needs the right load, held long enough, often enough. Start with just one joint tonight, the one that's been bothering you the longest. Pick a position, push into it hard, hold, repeat for a few sets. Which joint has been giving you trouble? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. 12 weeks feels long on day one. It won't feel long once the clicking stops. You didn't build this problem overnight, so give the fix a real chance too. Consistency beats intensity here, every single time. Keep loading it right. Your tendons will finally catch up to the rest of you.